Hey guys, welcome back to Become a God. This is the last week of the season, and come next week we'll have a new season and we'll be starting from rank 10 again. Especially if you've hit God rank, you'll be going down to that rank and have to climb back up to get those top spots and earn those delicious Faeria World Circuit points to get you into the competitive events later on this year. But yes, the end of the season is upon us, and I'm going to be playing around with some deck ideas that I've had and other players have had and used in competitive tournaments. And going into next week, I really want to hear what you guys think I should do next. You know, I've been doing the Become a God series for quite some time now, but before that I did do the Journey into Pandora. Is this something you guys would be interested in me exploring again? If so, be sure to leave a comment. So what are we looking at this week? We're going to take a look at a Dream Reaver deck that I constructed using the shell of the jump package, much like TofuWarrior did with the Chaos Control. Now, back in the day, when Dream Reaver came out and Blue Jump was still quite dominant, we did experiment, Cappuccino and I, with adding a one-of Dream Reaver into Blue Jump, just as a surprise, because we were running library anyway, and so we tried this one-of Dream Reaver to help accelerate the win condition. And it's not really what I'm going for here in this build. I'm just using the jump creatures as the early game, able to collect, and challenge stuff on board. And then we have the Dream Reaver to finish things off. But instead of using the Gabrian enchant, we're going to use the Ninja Toad instead, because we can use Ninja Toad as a piece of removal. And that's one thing I was wanting to see in some of the blue decks I was playing last week. I really wanted to see Ninja Toad and have just access to removal, but unfortunately those builds didn't have that. And hopefully today in this episode we get to see those Ninja Toads do some work. So without further ado, let's get into the matches and see how the deck performs. Alright guys, first game. Not a good hand. Not liking the looks of this, actually. Let's just throw all these away, and fantastic. Pick up the Water Elemental. So at least we've got a creature to start off with. And we are going to develop from outside our orb. And we go into these spots here for the jump creatures. That's the general plan. Because we do eventually need to build lands up towards our opponent to make sure we can get that Dream Reaver off. Looks like an aggressive Water Elemental coming from our friend here. Aurora's Trick and Emperor's Command in hand. Pretty good. I'm a little concerned because I don't have a combat trick in order to take care of this. So I don't have an Aurora. I do have the Emperor's Command, but I'd rather combo it with this. So I'm actually going to switch to the other side and start just collecting off this well. And I'm hoping that something comes down that I can steal. I'm not sure what that card will be yet, but one can hope. Gonna double neutral. Very aggressive. And Water Elemental. Fantastic pickup. We can put it just out of reach of this Water Elemental, and we can stop the aggressive lands coming and collect. And we're already 2 lands away from the Dream Reaver. So I'm thinking that perhaps... Oh, wait, no. I was about to say, perhaps I go up this way, but that's not going to happen. And that is mine. This belongs to me now. Just going to trade with this. Oh, wow, okay. Emperor's Command. Great minds think alike. But like I said, we're just gonna take this. This belongs to us. I don't really mind if this hits my orb that much. Yeah, so... little trick here. We were talking about the land going there, but now we just do this. Ta-da! I have a lake in a place which I wouldn't be able to get to really without the Aurora's Trick. And then we take our last lake here, and we're in a perfect position for Dream Reaver to go in and cause some trouble for our opponent here. And what's really good is we could jump here and collect, but it looks like the Banquet's coming down to clear out the Messenger, I assume? Yeah, perhaps we see the Messenger. Oh, this is fine. Connect the lands for us. I like it. I'll take it. It's going to be a power-up. I'm just going to take care of our Messenger here. So there is a Triton's Banquet in hand. Something to consider going into the next few turns. Frogify pickup. Frogify's a little weak here simply because we can't kill this even with a Frogify. So even a frog is more powerful than our commanded water elemental. I think we just take control of this and just try and starve our opponent of a bit of Faeria. I'm going to move onto this tile so I can set up a double collection on the follow-up. We're going to trick this over to our side. And let's move here. So let's force our opponent to choose where to go. Make our opponent move this water elemental. It's an easier decision if I just leave the water elemental here. It's going to jump back and finish off the 2-2. That's absolutely fine. Gives us a bit of breathing room to collect once again on this well. Well, actually, I could just Dream Reaver this turn, but I'd rather debate this down here. And I might even use TofuWarrior and keep our water elemental. So yeah, let's just use TofuWarrior. And we'll use these to trade. But our opponent's sitting on a lot of Faeria, actually. We're just out of Frog Tosser reach, which is really nice. Actually, water elemental's going to go. Joel, that's a mountain! Oh my goodness, what is going on? Okay. Garadan is very much a possibility right now. I'm not finding what I want. I was kind of hoping just to... I was hoping maybe to find... Ninja Toad. Ninja Toad would have been great, actually. Ninja Toad jump here and finish this off. We're still pretty safe against Garadan as long as there's not another Emperor's Command, because we have the TofuWarrior. So Garadan's just going to come down, munch up our little water elements. But these have done a fantastic job already, collecting tremendous amounts of Faeria. Gonna trade there. That's pretty good for us as well. This is probably a messenger. No, it's going to be a wood elemental. Okay. Right. Big decision time. I can take a draw. And if I pick up a Ninja Toad, I'm just going to go and set up lethal for next turn. Yep, going to dash right up here. Could even Battletoads. I think Battletoads is a fine option here. Sets up a double collector, so I'll refund 2 of my Faeria back with one of the frogs if it lives. So yeah, I think I'm happy with Battletoads. Aurora's Creation could come down. 3-6. Not going to be able to Garadan again. So that's fine. I can just do this. Now, our big whale with the tiny legs can try and finish our opponent off with that Ninja Toad. Which is very doable, to be honest. I can just make a lake here. I can make a lake here. The jump and the haste is going to play really nicely into this lethal combo. It very much depends on what my opponent has to stop this. Because we did see the Emperor's Command, and we did see Ruden's Guidance. So there is a fair amount of healing in this deck already. Might see a Sky Whale. Ugh. Please don't be a Sky Whale. It's a Frogify. I can deal with a Frogify. Sky Whale probably a little too much for me to handle, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, Frogify not too bad. Okay, so we can Frogify this and kill it, and then just start collecting again. I quite like that. Let's collect here, collect here. Go up to 7. Clear this. I mean, if we really wanted to be greedy, we could collect, or even just +1. Oh, lake, actually. So collect. Go up to 7, make a lake, Phantasm this, jump over and clear the wood elemental. Very greedy. It's a greedy line, but it's probably going to work for us. Because we starve our opponent of a bit of Faeria. But not only that, we could have lethal here for all our opponent knows. Like, Aurora is lethal in this situation, but I actually have lethal with the Ninja Toads. And I'm not expecting this frog to die. You're gonna, if my opponent has removal, it's gonna be prioritized on this, which is absolutely fine. because this can continue to double collect for me. But I can't see this game going any further than one more turn. So we're going to punch me for 6. Goes for a forest. Into ruining. So just hoping that I don't have the damage. But I do. The damage is there. So well played to my opponent here. And that's the beauty of Dream Reaver sometimes. It just... You can just go for a line that will win you the game based off the Dream Reaver play. So you can set up lethal over like 1 or 2 turns. And even the Frogify there, like I said, it wasn't too bad. The Sky Whale would have been much worse. The Sky Whale would have been awful. But Frogify I could deal with. Ninja Toad takes the game with the Mirror Phantasm. Pretty good. Let's get into the next one. Alright guys, into our next match. Going up against Wilderneck. Wilderneck has frequented my streams many a times in the past. Let's see what Wilder has cooking for us in this match. And say fond hello to Wilder. No hello back, the BM. No, there's a hello. Wilder's gonna say hi. Mountain coming down, alright. Battletoads. I quite like Battletoads here because I can double collect with the water elemental. So what I can do is I can play a lake here. So you know stream, he's wondering. Let's see what he says about the in response to that. But yeah, so what we can do is we can split off now with the water elemental. Now I'm not afraid of Horsemaster or Kaleem's training at this point. That's on his to-do list today. Actually, should have done this the other way around. Late tier played Water Elemental. But I can just jump over on the following turn. So lots of lakes down already. We are vulnerable to Firestorm. Firestorm is just going to eat our board up nice and easy. But I'm not too afraid of it. This gets ciphered. So protecting the Brute from potential Aurora plays. I can respect that. Take a lake here. Set up double collection like we have done in our previous match. We are in range of some trickiness next turn, but the double collect, moving in between the wells of the Brute indicates to me there isn't a mobility option in Wilderneck's hand. And that is good. I like that. You can just jump back over, jump here, go for a library. Hell, we could even go for the warrior. I might actually just Frogify this preemptively. Why not? At this point, let's just eliminate the entire possibility of me taking any burst damage on the following turn. Frogify would just be key in that. So let's do it. Let's just get rid of this. Enjoy your frog. He was once a brute and now he's a toad. And since we don't have a Dream Reaver in hand, we do have the luxury of double neutral up this side and collect it. Now, between library and possibly our organic draw, maybe even a draw off the power wheel, we could get towards Dream Reaver. That is a possibility, but we don't need to necessarily. Bump. Okay, that's another library. I'm a little scared of setting up the second library. We are playing against a burn deck. That would not be fun. I know that for sure. So let's have a hop, a skip, and a jump over to this side of the board. Let's clear this out. And go for an Aurora. Just to revitalize our water elemental here. I might just go for the other Frogify, to be honest. I don't see why not. Because if there's a mobility trick, it's gonna suck. So yeah, let's have another Frogify. Am I dangerous, guys? Am I living life on the edge? Is there such a thing as too much knowledge? They say knowledge is power, but power is dangerous. Ooh, go on then. Go on then. I'm too tempted. I'm too greedy. I just want the cards. I want the Faeria. I want to set up a win for this game pretty soon. Because realistically now, if I was to keep this alive and able to jump here and collect and draw the Dream Reaver, I can just lake Dream Reaver next turn and just have that down. This could be one of the harder matchups for the deck because, you know, the burn damage and libraries, they don't go hand in hand. They burn counters library pretty well. Okay, Ground Shaker, Cypher. See, oh, that damage is chipping away at me. Speak of the Devil. And a bit of healing as well. That's fantastic. I'm very happy with that. But I really wish I could get the Dream Reaver in a better position. So I don't feel like I even have the Dream Reaver this turn. I feel there's going to be a draw. I could trick this. That's pretty good. Might need it for Grimguard. So I'm definitely put a warrior on this side. And I'm going to go for the trick. It's so risky. It is very risky with two libraries up. But I can Dream Reaver myself. That is an option. And there's a Brute. Okay. Oof. Scary stuff. Okay. Can move away from this Brute. Or we could just double collect like normal. I can collect, I can Dream Reaver, and then I can heal. But my biggest issue is this. I think I'm going to clear this out and then Dream Reaver myself. And then just go back up to 10. So all this burn damage is for nothing. And then I can go for a heal on top of that. So yeah, let's get an aggressive Dream Reaver down. Boom. Boom. Dream Reaver myself. Scoot along there, and we'll go for a heal on top of that. So the double library is paying off right now, and we have a 2-turn lethal with the Dream Reaver and the Ninja Toad. So we can set up. I can play Ninja Toad now, and then I can just hit face and go from there. And I can move this here to, you know, to make sure I can have another angle. I could play for Goro on this slot. And I can still afford Ninja Toad after the Fagoro play. I could I have Medallion? No, I don't have enough for Medallion. I think Urn's pretty good here. Because if I draw another command, I'm going to be pretty happy. I drew another Dream Reaver. Well, that kind of works, right? +1 Dream Reaver, then hit. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll take that. Literally just 10 damage. Alright. Is there a double flame burst? Well played, double flame burst face. Oh no. I'm hoping there's not. I'm hoping I've been rewarded. I'm so sorry now. Wilder, please. Ah, and Emperor's Command as well. Oh, Wilder. Crusher of Dreams. He apologized. He did apologize to me. Thank you very much, Wilder. The pain is lessened by your sympathy for me in that situation. But yeah, that was a good game, regardless of the outcome. Regardless of the outcome of that match, I did enjoy it. I felt like we played well. We just we're playing against Burn. I was just playing to my outs more than anything. But yeah, I enjoyed that match. Let's get into another game and see if we can hopefully dodge Burn and continue, you know, playing well with this deck. Alright guys, into another match. Gonna throw away these two. Keep the TofuWarrior as an early collector. And we pick up the Water Elemental. It's gonna really help our Aurora's trick. Now we haven't gone second yet. Still waiting for that opportunity. I quite like second with Elementals anyway, because you get to set up pretty early. You get like a turn 1 collector with the Elemental. It's double neutral. I'm interested actually to see a rush match. I think this deck might do pretty good against it. We'll see. So 2 Battletoads coming down to start collecting. I can do the little trick I did last game where I jump across, make space for the Water Elemental, lake up again, and then I can double collect. 3 creatures on board with a reasonable amount of Faeria going into my following turn, and I'm not too far away from the Aurora's trick, which is good in most rush matchups. This steals Grimguards, it steals Brigands, it can steal Monks, which can kill other haste units. Gonna be an Axe Grinder to start things off. That's absolutely fine, and we are gonna change our plan here. Or do we even bother? I'm probably going to need Aurora for later to kill Ground Shakers, so I don't want to waste it just yet. And we're going to be able to, you know, double collecting here is going to be strong. We can probably see Axe Grinder maneuvering over this side. Oh, unless it's like a Cypher's Wrath or something like that. We might see the Axe Grinder take value here on a clear, just because of Water Elemental trades with it and the Battletoads don't. That's what I'd consider with the Axe Grinder going forward, and the plan would be to use my last Battletoad to finish it off. So the Faeria values are not that uneven because the Battletoads have collected 2 Faeria for me now. Yeah, we're going to see the value. Okay. And then we have the cheeky Queen's Guard coming in. Now this is where Aurora becomes a very strong card for us. Now the one nice thing here about the double neutral for my opponent is it does give the luxury of taking these lands here as mountains, so I might even double neutral as myself, but the problem with that is I don't set up that double collection for later on. Now we're going to have a 6 over this side, I'm going to Aurora on this side, so I think we develop a creature. Maybe we just +1 actually. Actually, I think we just +1 and get the warrior down as well. Okay. Okay, we'll go for that. Now, it doesn't really matter which one I keep, but I'm probably going to keep the frog, actually, because I want to stay on the well, and I can still clear the elemental, like the result is still the same, and then we go for the warrior. So we're a bit starved of Faeria, but we're in a good position. We have another warrior in hand, and we have the trick, so if a Grimguard comes down, or a Brigand that doesn't get Gift of Steel, we have the option to steal it, and that steal could be crucial to winning this game. And we have some beautiful symmetrical lands going on right now. Just painting a picture with lands. Amazing. Is that a surrender? No, it's going to be a mountain. Okay. Grand Shaker. And this is what I was talking about with this double neutral, why it was so good, because the luxury of going either side and playing around this frog has really worked out for my opponent. Now, I do want to take a lake. I'm going to jump up here. Gives me a lot of coverage in this position. I'm going to go for the library, and I'm just going to go for another warrior. I don't really mind throwing 8 Faeria at this, to be honest. I think that's okay, because my opponent's already starved of Faeria, and I have this library going. And then if my opponent decides to Flame Burst this instead of this, I get to clear the Ground Shaker, double neutral, double collect. So I'm starting to get my resources going, making my opponent make some decisions when trying to push this aggression here. I'm not out the woods though. You're never out the woods against Rush. You never know what will happen. all of a sudden they clear your board and they just drop one guy. It's like, I can't kill that guy. He's going to get so much value, especially brigands. Brigands are really annoying because they get to collect Faeria when they hit your orb. So it's kind of an economy engine in itself. Mace Man. The Face Man comes down and I get my library. This is so good. I can even steal the Face Man at this point. I can reduce its attack. I can steal it. And I can clear this if I want. This just leaves a little collective for us left over instead of just losing our whole board here. And then I can just go for the clear on the Ground Shaker, maybe double neutral and double collect. And then have this 6 damage threatening my opponent. Alternatively, I could Frogify this to retain the life of my warrior, but I might need the Frogify a little bit later. So I'm gonna go for the trick play here. I like it. Just steal this creature. Belongs to me now. And just we have another defender. My opponent needs to now consider this frog's gonna deal 6 damage. That could be a big problem going forward. Might need to invest a Flame Burst here, or maybe a Cypher's Wrath, and then that's the turn gone. And we're just going to see a surrender. Fantastic game for us there. We had a lot of our good stuff early. We didn't draw into kind of the more dead cards, the more expensive cards. We got this Battletoads, that Water Elemental, and then that flurry of Triton Warriors to hold our opponent at bay. So fantastic match there. Let's move on to our next one. Alright guys, another game, things going okay so far. I'm not going to say well, you never know what happens with me when I play these episodes. And full mulligan there into this beautiful hand of a lot of creatures. And once again, we're going first. Haven't gone second yet. Maybe that's what's been working for us so far, going first. You know, just making sure we get a creature down early, start collecting. It does have its advantages. The Explore only is really relevant for me if I have a Water Elemental. It's going to be another Rush player. Going for that Explore nice and early. Let's just take the Triton Warrior. Yeah, we'll take the Battletoads actually. I was thinking maybe Triton Warrior, but let's just collect. We'll do what we did last time. Carry on collecting, ignore my opponent for now, and just see what my opponent decides to do. The Warrior's a little stronger, I think, just because I'm going to build one lake anyway. If I had the Water Elemental, I think the Battletoads is better. But I do regret the Battletoads. I was kind of going off the muscle memory of my last game. Queensguard, this seems very familiar, and it's going to be an Imperial Drain. So things are a little more difficult now for us. Interesting. So we are a little while away from getting the trick. I think the one thing that we do gain from the Imperial Drain, I know it sounds a bit odd, we don't really gain anything, we're not gaining anything, but now I'm not so conflicted on how I produce my lands this turn. I can just go for a lake, I'm not going to be able to collect anyway, and yeah, we can get maybe get the Emperor's Command trick off soon. We got 2 turns, so Water Elemental could accelerate that. Just going to go face. I've heard it's the place. That's what I want to see. Full clear. Gonna leave this on 1 life. A little unfortunate, but... And my opponent is going to get some Faeria back. I'm very sad about this, but... Now, man's got to do what man's got to do. Aurora picking up twice here against Rush is just so good. Oh, man. Especially against Red Rush as well, because we're just cleaning out those 6 life creatures. Like they're nothing, but +1 Faeria Ground Shaker is just murder. But I'm playing like the man doesn't have it. He doesn't have Ground Shaker. He can't draw. Excellent, no Ground Shaker. So I get to keep my board intact. And we pick up another trick going forward. Fantastic. So let's take a lake. Actually, we could just double neutral. We can lake next turn. In order to... Let's move this here. Yeah, to protect from Bomb Slinger. So yeah, we can lake next turn if we need to trick, because right now we don't have anything to trick. So taking the double neutral and just forcing my opponent down this middle, or having to build lands down the side now, seems pretty good in this situation. We eliminate the luxury of drawing and +1 Faeria at the cost of awkward positioning, which can be very valuable in this kind of aggressive matchup, because if I'm forcing my opponent down a very specific line... Flameburst Queensguard. Hello, Queensguard. How's it going, buddy? I don't think I have enough Faeria. No, I don't have enough Faeria. Feels bad. Feels bad. So I get punished now for going for the double neutral because I can't +1 into command trick. I think that's okay. I feel like I'm okay with that. I will go for the lake now. Go for this trick, this command, sorry. We'll just clear it out with these two guys. The sad thing is the Faeria refund. This could line up for my opponent to go for like a Flameburst +1 Brigand. But that actually works out really, really well for us. Just gonna be another Queensguard. Just Queensguards for days. Now we have enough for the trick. Alright, let's take a draw. That's fine. That's fine, that's fine. Ah, no, it's not. Should have I +1? Yeah, I should have +1'd instead. I made a mistake. I should have +1 Battletoads, Ninjato Battletoads. Now I'm not going to have enough Faeria to play a creature. But I feel like I should still clear this because I don't have Frogify currently. Yeah, that was a mistake. I got a bit too trigger happy on the draw, and the main reason is I just wanted to draw another command. I wanted to command trick this. It would just been fantastic. I guess I could cross my fingers and hope a Grimguard comes down. If a Grimguard comes down, I'm loving life. Just loving life. Let's take Faeria, alright. Let's get ready to set up some harvesters. Let's hope another Grimguard comes down so I can live life again with my second trick. I can't believe Trick is this good right now. It's never been that good, to be honest. It's been a bit meh throughout its time, but it's pretty awesome. Oh man, I could just +1 and yeah, okay, we're going for that. It's so good. Let's do it this side. This is looking pretty bleak for Red Rush so far. Do we just have another trick? We have another trick? We can just trick something again. Imperial Drain. Alright, alright, I get it. You're upset. I understand it. We're in a really good position. 5/5 in this spot is just so good. It's such a durable creature going up against Red Rush. If a Ground Shake comes down, I actually don't mind just trading my two guys off +1 Water Elemental simply because, or +1 Battletoads, because my opponent is in a position now where they're just playing a creature per turn, and then I'm just going to match that but have initiative. Nothing. Interesting. Let's jump here. +1. I don't have a Dream Reaver just yet, so I'm just going to continue to continue this forward path. Like, building a mountain here is so difficult for my opponent now. And well, even more difficult on the left-hand side. It'd be like double neutral, mountain. Double neutral, I take the land and it's all wasted. I just double neutral across like this and it's all wasted. Just forcing my opponent down this. You wanted to go face. This was the path to face. This is the only way you're going now. Right down the middle. So much easier to control a Rush player, especially Red Rush when they can only go down down the middle. Because unlike Yellow Rush can maneuver around your orb with their haste creatures. So it can, play the Monk here, move here, play the Follower here, then drop Demon Wrangler and all sorts of nonsense. Red Rush, on the other hand, doesn't have that luxury. It doesn't have haste. It kind of just has to sit here and just hope nothing bad goes wrong. Like, I don't know, an Aurora's trick? That's pretty bad, all things considered. So now I just want to find... Now I feel I just want to find my Dream Reaver and just win the game. Beirut is pretty good. So let's just trick this. I might even be happy with just a conceit trick. You must be the most triggering card for Red Rush right now. But yeah, fantastic game there. Once again, this deck succeeds against Red Rush. Looks like a good pick if you're going up against that deck a lot in your metagame. So take that in consideration when choosing your deck to ladder with. But yeah, great game so far. Let's get into the last one. Final game of this episode. Can we go 4-1 or will it be another 3-2? Let's find out. Let's mulligan this hand. Not interested. Water Elemental, very interested. Once again, we go first. Man, I would have liked second there, especially with the Water Elemental in hand. And then we have it. Greetings from our opponent. Let's see what's in store for us. Maybe another Rush deck? It's going to be a Lake. Okay, so... Water Elemental from my opponent, I would expect. Explore Water Elemental. Get things going. Now, this doesn't indicate to us this is like mono blue. This could easily be blue-green. So Water Elemental's actually okay here. But the TofuWarrior is just a little bit better. And the reason is because if this jumps across to collect in this position, my TofuWarrior I could go Lake, Water Elemental, Lake, jump up and finish it off. So I'm posing a threat to the Water Elemental. I'm saying if you want to collect off this well, you are in range of the TofuWarrior. That's one of the things I really enjoy about the jump package, as I've come to call it, when you design your control decks in blue, because the jump creatures offer the mobility you need to control the board early on. And if you can establish that early board control and make it difficult for your opponent to get anything done, accessing and achieving your control win condition is going to be much easier because you're not under constant pressure. So it's much easier for me to set up a Dream Reaver. If I'm not got my back against the wall, I want to be able to play this Dream Reaver at my luxury, and that's definitely one way you can do it with this jump package. And we're still in a pretty good situation. I can go Lake, Water Elemental Lake, jump, Emperor's Command, and clear this off. And I do like that a lot, so I'm going to go for it. Let's show this player we mean business. Things don't get done easy when jump is involved. We're going to make life difficult, and you've seen how difficult Trick makes Red Rush's life. It's just such a sad card for Red Rush to run into. But to be fair, Red Rush, it's a pretty oppressive deck. It's quite nice to actually see it being checked by such an unconventional card, which is now just a meta. I think it's just mainly a meta pick for all these blue decks. So another Archon. Okay. We can collect plus... We could collect into Warrior. I think that's fine. I don't mind if the Warriors trade so much. If there's an Aurora, it's a little more unfortunate. But we'll see what happens. Now this land here is very interesting because this is not only a great place for us to set up collectors and jump back and forth, but also gives us a very nice path over here, allowing us to get that Dream Reaver into a good position. Emperor's Command is going to prove very useful now. We're going to be able to stop our opponent getting too many resources moving forward. Now, I feel like I should take a draw here, because I want to find my own library. What more can I say? Me and Blue Jump are good friends. We're very good friends, Blue Jump and I. We probably one of my favorite decks of all time in Faeria, and it's nice to see this build is working out pretty good so far with the Dream Reaver inclusion. Just going back to what I said at the start of the video, I put one Dream Reaver in my Blue Jump, and Cappuccino started doing it, and we came to the conclusion it wasn't a bad choice back then. But I've built this more around the Dream Reaver package and the Dream Reaver control idea, much like TofuWarrior did the same with his deck with the Chaos control. So TofuWarrior is one of the main inspirations for this deck, really. It gives me a way to use jump creatures and some of my favorite creatures in the game, and also add these really powerful control win conditions. So looking to just command this down and take control, which is fine. Like I'm happy to just double collect here and just set up some Battletoads. It's just such a solid play for me. I can even put 8 Toads down, and that doesn't seem like a bad thing right now. Because what does Blue do against 8 Toads? Not a lot. Frogs for days, guys. I have the Justice League of Frogs right here. Just so many superheroes. All right, we need to start drawing cards. We need to pick up some punch here. So we'll jump, we'll jump, we'll jump, we'll jump, jump. Get that aggressive lake and pass. So we're jumping on all these lakes. We're trying to force my opponent to play another lake in order to play something that my opponent wants to play. I'm not sure if 5 lands really offers much at this point for a mono blue player. Depends if it's a Chaos deck. If it's just a blue control, like Beirut is just too dangerous against blue, simply because of Frogify. Just a poor investment. So that library isn't safe. I'll just point that out. And not even because I drew Ninja Toad. Because I can do this. I can't help but laugh, guys. I don't think I've seen this many frogs on a board in a very long time. Like, over a year. And there we have it. Just gonna throw in the towel there. Too many frogs on the dance floor. Got a bit overwhelmed. And yeah, I had a lot of fun with this deck. I might even play it in the next episode because it is just awesome. What a fantastic conclusion to this episode. This deck has been amazing. I've enjoyed it so much. I'm glad that my idea, which I did take from TofuWarrior, so big shout to TofuWarrior for that Chaos control deck. It really inspired this deck and how to handle the early game. And then, of course, throwing back to the old cheeky Dream Reaver in the blue jump build that I used to pilot over a year ago now. I'm just really happy with how this deck has turned out. It's definitely not finished. I think there is room for improvement. There's definitely room for just like tweaking here and there. You can find some cards you maybe don't like and want to add others. You could even go down like Wave Crash Colossus. You could even add Mystic Beasts. But I've become a big fan of Phantasm again since playing Zaldin Fox's blue control. So I had to add that card because I've been enjoying it so much. And it works really well with jump creatures. It's one of its biggest strengths. You could even add Archons in here over Triton Warrior, so if you felt like you wanted a bit more punch in the late game, Triton Warriors are also a very good alternative to... the Archons are a good alternative to Triton Warriors. That's something else I could try, actually. Just come to my head. See, ideas are still coming. We're still thinking about this deck. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, drop a subscribe to keep up to date when our content goes live. If you have any comments on the deck or any thoughts or suggestions, be sure to leave them below and I'll have a read of them. Maybe you guys will inspire my next version of this deck. So until next time, guys, take care and enjoy my Blue Reaver jump. I haven't really decided on a name yet. What should we call it? Blue Jump Reaver, Jumpin' Reaver, Jumpin' Reaver. There we go. Enjoy my Blue Jumpin' Reaver.